Hello and welcome to Security Guide. I'm Ben and I'm making this video to explain how you can create an effective and professional listing on eBay to help your sales on your products. Alright, what I'm doing here is now I want to show you two examples in two different lines with variants, how you can create these listings and make them effective to bring more customers and they end up buying from your shop and buying your products. Okay, in here I've got my eBay open. I've not subscribed to any shop yet, so my control panel might be slightly different of what you see if you've got a shop. Two tabs are open and I'm trying to sell these two separate lines in two different tabs. The first thing to do is to click on under the sell button tab. I'm clicking on sell an item on both tabs, and this will be the next page that I see here. What has eBay done here is actually making a job easier by asking you to type some keywords of the item you want to sell, and what it does, it will search its historical database to see if any of these keywords have been in other sellers' listings, and if so, what their listings been under in terms of the category. So in terms of selling, for example, my example one is a CCTV kit. So all I need to do, I just type CCTV kit and click on start selling, and what it does, it will recommend me different categories, and normally the top one is the most relevant one that other sellers have listed their products under. So I will click on that one. There are options to choose more than one category, but it may cost you more actually to list your item under different categories. On the other listing, again I type the relevant keyword and search, and here are the categories that I can pick between 4 different categories. I can choose one. Well, I will go again for the first one and click continue. Alright, back to the CCTV listing. What happens after here, eBay can might have some templates that I can use for a quick sale, but I would prefer really to use my own HTML and listings to generate a professional looking listings here. So I will click on continue listing without using eBay's catalog. I click on that and it should take me to the listing stage. So if you look at here, there are separate boxes here with the highlighted top of the menu, and you can see background color there. This is just to separate different sections of the listing, and you should give attention to that. At the first one, under the category, you see the category that we just picked at the previous stage is appearing here. If you have a shop and you have categories within your shop, there will be another section here to allow you to pick the category of your shop where you want to list your item under. Obviously, if you're selling CCTV products, you might have categories like CCTV kit, CCTV cameras, CCTV cables, accessories, tools, and so on. Under the dress, you might have like a lady's dress and baby clothing and shoes and so on. So there is a section that if you have a shop, you can go under that section and create different categories. The second section of the listing, which is very important if you are listing items in different colors or with different variants is the multiple variation for the item, list multiple variations for the item. So what I'm doing here is now I'm going to create for each of these listings two set of different variants, which on CCTV listing it would be one for different number of cameras that can go with one 4-channel DVR, and under the ladies dress it would be obviously different colors or patterns that can go in different sizes. So back to the first one, we have number of the cameras going with one particular DVR, and the size of the hard drive that you can fit within that DVR, the CCTV recorder. One tip in here is that normally if the number of the cameras changes, you want the image of your listing changes accordingly. So if you have one camera, one cable and one DVR, it should be different. The picture should be different of 3 cameras and 3 cables and 1 DVR. But if the size of the hard drive changes, normally you don't really want the picture to change. You just want the variant and the price to change, but not the picture. So the one that is actually linked to different images, we want to create it as a priority variant. In here, I will have the number of cameras, which will have its own dedicated picture as the first variant. So the title I'm going to choose for that are number of cams and cables, and then leave the second one blank. Just save that, and in here you can give different options. The first option would be 1 cam, 1 cable, three cams and 3 cables, and finally the maximum number of the cameras and cables that can go with 4-channel DVR. So you have 4 cams and 4 cables. Alright, so this first variant has been set up, and what we need to do, we need to set up another set of variants for the size of the hard drive. I call it HDD size, and the first option would be no HDD required. Customer can use their own hard drive. So 500 gigabyte is the next option. Now the maximum size can go with that particular DVR, which are 2000 gigabyte. Alright, click on continue and go to the next stage, which I can set up the type and the other features of the system, the listing, but I'm gonna ignore them because I can do them on actual listing as well. So click on continue. You can see that eBay has automatically has listed all different possibilities of 2 options working together, 2 variants working together, and 4 times 4 has generated 16 different possibilities. Alright, we go to the next stage, which we can actually dedicate different pictures. I'll choose one main picture in here under the standard, browse, and I will get them from my computer. That's a main picture that I want to appear when customers are searching for CCTV kit. Yeah. And then different images for different variants of the number of the cameras and the DVR. Alright, I'll just go ahead and add the images. 3 camera set, and the last one, which would be the same looking as the main picture really. 4 cameras and 4 cables. Okay, so that's it. We've got different images. If you wanted to have different images for another variant, probably you could pick it in on the list of the different variants you want to show different images on there. But we stay with number of cameras and cables in here. Continue. All right. In here, all 16 different variants will appear, and you can choose different quantity for each item that you've got in stock. With eBay policies, you have to have really items in stock, so make sure that you give accurate number in here. This particular item is made of combination of different items, so it might be a little bit harder that you know, choose what number of cameras go with the DVRs, because if you know, if it's 3 camera set sells, probably it takes the number of cameras out of stock, which you have actually decided for 1 camera system or 2 or 4. But anyways, you got to make sure that your listings is up to date all the time and the quantities are up to date. So I leave them at 1, all of them. You should normally go over that, like whatever you have. And the prices, then these are just examples. I can decide what different prices for item with different variants. So once you've decided your variant prices, then just 1 second, so that's 350 for example, 360, 370. Alright. I presume if you leave the field blank, then the price won't change of the default minimum price, I think. But you need to give it a try to see if that's the case. So if I save that, what happens here is the block of variants has been added successfully in here under my listing. I can quickly show you if you wanted to do that with the dress. Then by default eBay show you some different options here. The option I want here is not appearing here, so I'm gonna add it manually and call it pattern. Save that. The first option, just add it if I'm spelling it right. So the second option would be rainbow, and third one Aztec. My second variant would be this size. I can either, same as the first option, just manually type it, or I can pick it from the available options that eBay knows by default. Normally, if you're selling a ladies dress, these are the main variants that you should pick. Right, let's say we've got it in size 8 and size 10. Just keep it simple. You can go from like 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and whatever sizes that you have in stock. So I go to next, just leave them again as it is, and then All right, they're asking me for brand. You can pick up your own brand. Whatever you call item, and then there we go. Again, we've got a main picture and the variants picture. I haven't made the main one yet, but if you want to have a main picture, like putting 3 options next to each other to show all 3 choices within one image, you can just Photoshop it and create 3 in one image. So I'm gonna just pick one of them as our main image, and then go for the variants. It's quite cloudy and rainy in Manchester now. I hope you have a nice summer wherever you are. Nice weather there, because this doesn't look like a proper summer to us. Alright, rainbow is another option. And the last one would be Aztec. Alright, great. So I've got all variant pictures here. The next stage should show me the quantity and the size combination of both. Let's say we've got different quantities in here, and the prices, let's say £10 for that, size 10, same price, rainbow £11 for that, and Aztec 12. Save that one as well, and that's been added, the multiple variants area. You can have more than 2 if you decide to. Now, the title. This is the important part of your listing. It's very important because customers will find you by searching the keywords that you have used within your title. As you can see here, you've got 80 characters option to type. What I would recommend is do a research on your competitors and make sure that you are choosing a right keyword. You don't want, if you have got too much space and you want to go for different keywords, as long as those keywords are relevant, that's fine. But if you want to just choose irrelevant keywords, I wouldn't recommend that, and I will tell you the reason. For example, if you are selling CCTV kit, don't put alarm there. You don't want to type like access control just because you have got the access equipment within your shop. Or if you are selling ladies dress, you don't want to type like shoes there because you've got shoes listed under your website. The reason is because every time that eBay shows you to a customer who is searching for relevant for one particular keyword, eBay counts that. Normally it is a common sense. It's actually every search engines that work in the same way as Google or eBay, they would record the number of times that they show you within the search results. And what they want to see a how you call it, a quite logical number of clicks on your on the preview list that they show. So let's say if 100 people searching 20 result, you should at least get like about 5% of the search if you are on average. If they show you thousands of times and you get no click, that means a low click-through rate. That means the image of your listing is not relevant to the keyword that the customers are searching. Again, if you get the click-through rate, you want to get a relevant number of purchases as well. So these numbers should stay quite, you know, logical number of the search or clicks that you get. It's called click-through rate or sales through rate. You can search them on Google and you can understand more what I mean. So I would recommend you stay quite relevant to the description of your item and the keywords that you are choosing. Do a research, find out what are the best keywords, and just type them here. On this listing, I'm gonna choose the keywords that I know it works for this package. Let's call it Hikvision 4-channel 4 DIY CCTV system security kit. If you've got things like surveillance system or things like that, you can add it as long as it's relevant. The condition is new. You can use subtitle as well for paying extra. If you think you're going to sell thousands of that particular item, why not to use subtitles and get more relevant search to come to your listings. Let's go back to this one and choose the right title for that one. Let's call it all right. You can see that there are more space for you know, more keywords. Maybe if you type UK seller, sometimes it helps if you are within the UK, or you know, or just typing the item is new, something like that. Some sellers using them terms and keywords. New with tags. Okay, you can see here the condition says new with tags, and in here you've got only new. That's what eBay knows by the category that you're listing your item on there. It slightly changes the terms, so this is normal anyways. All right, the next option, you can see the main image here, which is fine. If you want to add standards like the serial numbers or international numbers, EAN, type of the item, you can add them. More you type here, then it's easier for your item to be searched under the relevant categories and search keywords. So this, I'm gonna choose my own keyword, which is CCTV kit, and I know the fact is that the cameras are color, infrared, waterproof, night vision, and wire. So brand, okay, we have brand here. Unit quantity is one, obviously, and then you can type them if you want, or you can leave them blank depending on yourself. Well, I meant OEM really. You can type different occasion. Poverty, style, media, and so on. So you've got a lot of different options you can fill in. All right, back to the details. You've got two ways you can write the details on your listings. Either you can type just a standard, use the what you see is what you get area on top of here. You can see it's very basic, and you can just change the font or the size of the font, the color, and just a few things like check a spelling and so on, or you can insert picture or something. But I would recommend, what I do, I use a HTML editor software, which in my case, I'm using FrontPage. You can use FrontPage or Dreamweaver or any other HTML designing softwares that make your listings professional, and it's easy to insert pictures, videos, and everything. If I show you here, what I've done here is you can see that it works similar to like other Microsoft products front page, and then it allows me to insert pictures from the server So I made it nice, and I've made my listing within a template. You can actually create a general template that you can use all the time for different listings. You don't have to really make a template every time. So in this part, which has been the description of the item, I can change this according to changing every item. But then after here, there are some general terms and conditions in your template that you really want to keep them the same. And you know, these images here, there is only one trick in here. If you are putting images here, these images must be hosted first on some servers, such as FTP servers, or I don't know, a public Dropbox, or things like Photobucket, I think, or something like that. You have to first upload your images into the web, and make sure that you dedicate the server dedicates a World Wide Web address to the image, so everybody can see it. If you just copy and paste them from your computer, you can only see them, and once you upload them, the images are not viewable by everybody, by the public, as they will not have access to a computer due to the firewall. So what I recommend you to do to get a dedicated FTP server, copy your picture. After you edit your picture, copy them from your computer into the FTP, find out what's the World Wide Web address, and then just recall them by insert picture in your HTML editor software. And if the address is right, then the picture will be inserted here and will be available. If you pass this file to anyone, or if you copy the code into eBay, all of the images will be available within the what you see is what you get area of the HTML editor. So what I've done, after designing all this, I can refer to the code area, and I will click Ctrl+A, as it is more accurate than selecting the whole text by mouse. Ctrl+C again to copy the text into the clipboard, and I will go back to my eBay listing. Make sure you select HTML, and you just paste that text in here. And what you will see here is the standard area of the eBay listing will look like what I've designed on my HTML editor. So it looks professional, it will look professional, and it's more in details, because I had the chance really to work on this HTML and give enough information about the products and picture of the products on high resolution. I could even insert a JPEG file with the YouTube logo with the link to the relevant video on our YouTube channel. Now, after this bit, let me just copy the same and do the same with this one. I'm sure that we've got another page open for that, and just copy and paste the HTML. Okay, great. Listing Designer, you use it only if you don't have this HTML file. If you've got it, you just don't worry about it. You don't need to pick one design from here. Fixed price is where it shows from the lowest price within your variance to the highest price. If you are VAT registered and you are within the UK, type 20% there, or anything relevant to your country, or you can just leave it blank if you are not VAT registered. The duration of listings, you can choose if you want the listing to be active for 3 days, 5, 7, 10, or 30 days, or even if you have a shop, it gives you the option of good till cancel. That means your listing will not be ended unless you decide to end it or the product go out of stock. I mean, you sell all of the items that you've listed. That's coming useful because of more your item stays active on eBay, it will earn more visitors and more people will watch the item, so it automatically will find a better place on eBay listings. And even Google and other search engines will index your listing, and then you will appear almost everywhere. So if the item is something that you know you can get hold of more quantity before you run out, then maybe it's worth it to list it as a good till cancelled. The next option, you choose this if you don't want really show what you have sold to the customers, and if you receive a feedback from members, it doesn't show what it's been for. Maybe if you're dealing with a lot of trade and you want to just keep their IDs hidden or what you're selling them, you can choose this item option. And obviously if you want the item to be listed immediately, you can pick that, and so on. If you are donating, you can go for that item. I think you have to have the credit card within your account, then you can donate a portion of your income. Payment policy, you can create payment policy, you can create the postage policy and everything, but what we have done here, we have inserted all of them information within the template, our listing template, so it made the job easy really. And we can say in here, just refer to the item description. It's up to you. You can repeat it here, or you can leave it to a customer to see these policies within your description. Let me go back to where it shows the postage and packaging. There you go. All right, I don't have the policy in here in place for postage and packaging, but you can create a policy. You can either offer a free postage to a customer. That's what I recommend, because you can earn a better discount, and it looks better if you embed the postage fee within your price, and you can just click that option. Or if you want to charge, for example, for the first item you're posting, and encourage your customer to buy more than one product, you can say, okay, £10 for the first item, but if you buy the 2 items, the second one will be free on postage. Or you can add smaller amount or just equal amount. It's up to you, depends on the products you are selling. And you can pick the service and have an option to send it like a flat on every for every buyers, or different options. All right, or you can decide to have international postage. So let me just create one, call it free postage. And to offer a free postage service would be Royal Mail First Class, dispatch time. If you're sending the item the same day as the order, then make sure definitely you pick this item. It makes the changes when you want to achieve a top rated. If you're sending internationally, then you can choose different countries or different areas. Refer to eBay help for these information as well. Alright, I'm going to save this. So the postage policy has been added here. The package item, if you've got the dimensions of that, type it here, the weight of the item here, and you can see the amount that you are being charged. One of the advantages of having a shop with eBay is that it will allow you to list a few items free of charge, so you don't have to be worried about paying listing fee for every item. All you pay is just a final fee and the shop subscription every month, which is start I think from £15 or something. So let's click on continue. The first page will show you a summary of what you've done, what you've listed. Right, you can see the message in here say this listing would cause you to exceed the amount you can list. You can list up to 3,500. The reason is because the variants that I've chosen in here are quite expensive variants, yeah, and obviously eBay want to be it's quite good because eBay can basically give you a hint that you know how much worth of goods you are listing. If you think that uh, what you've got in the stock is not over £3,500, then actually this is a hint that you go and double check if all of the listings you have made are correct and everything. One other thing that eBay wants us to clarify here is the payment policy. Let's create a payment policy here. I'll set that as a default payment policy. I want to choose PayPal, and obviously all of the characters should be a lowercase. If you want to receive the payment before the purchase, then make sure you tick this box. And if you allow your customers to collect the item and pay cash and so on, or pay by personal check, or any other options, you can just choose them here. Right? Save and close. So we've got the payment policy in place and return policy. Okay, so there are some distance selling regulations here that even if you don't offer the return policy to your customers, they can return item to you under the distance selling regulations and under the eBay rules. So I would recommend you really adjust yourself to the eBay rules and make it clear to customers that they can return the items within 45 days, for example, whatever that eBay offers to them, and allows them to return on that period of time. It will help your sales and gives more confidence to your customers. So let's say 60 days. I'm not sure. I think it's 45 days by eBay that customers can open a case and return the item to you, and in return of providing a tracking number to eBay, they can get their money back. And if you want the buyer to pay for the returning postage, you can choose that, or you can basically offer that as well to pay the returning postage. That's not something that eBay actually force you to do. I think you won't be charged more than what you got paid. So normally it would be the customer's responsibility to pay for the returning postage. So I save that. We've got that as well, and if we just go back to other listings, which won't be as the amount won't be as much as the other one, which should probably let us to do listing. Let's see if I just refresh this page, and I don't know if it will delete everything or not. I hope not. No, everything is here. And let's go back to these policies are applied there. So we've got them in place. And let's see if we go forward, what will happen. Alright. If it is the first time you are listing, you don't be surprised to get a lot of these red messages. That helps you to get your listing right the first time, but then after that everything should be normal. So it asks us to upgrade our PayPal account. The email that we put there is actually not exist. So that's why it's giving me this message. If you click on continue, the next page is just the confirmation, and there will be no more options that you can just edit. It will bring you back to this page, and then you can make changes. But the next page is just the confirmation and the submit button. Once you've done that, you've listed your item perfectly and is on front of thousands and millions viewers' eyes, and then good luck with selling. Again, just a few tips. Make sure you take professional pictures, create a professional listing, use HTML editors, don't just type it within the standard area. Copy and paste your final HTML into the HTML field and let eBay to detect the full look of your template. Make sure all of your policies are in place. Offer fast dispatch to your customers, a fair returning policy to your customers, and you will be the good point with eBay is that you can become a seller overnight. You can establish a business potentially overnight, and that's beauty of eBay. There are millions of people already know eBay. They trust eBay because eBay, in case of any dispute, eBay stands there as a judge and stands between the seller and buyers. They don't reveal all of the financial details of the card details of the buyers to the seller and seller to the buyer. So it's some quite trusted community that makes it easy for you to sell your products, establish your brand, earn your customers, collect a lot of emails, and send daily, monthly, or weekly newsletters to your customers. And for buyers, is a trusted place. If they have eBay account, with few clicks they can buy one of the millions items within eBay on the different categories, anything from clothing to toys to car parts and stamps, and everything are available under eBay. So good luck with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this video useful, please give us a thumb up and help us to improve. Thanks for watching.